Hi and welcome to this live currency strength indicator table video with me, John, on this Thursday the 23rd of March. Here you can see we have our tables in front of us. We have two types of tables. We have the trend traders table and the day traders table. These are highlighted in the same studies but just showing us different time frames. The tables auto update every 5 minutes 24/7, meaning that our members can see how the market stands right now in real time. So what actionable pairs are the tables talking to us today, showing us what we could potentially be trading? Well, we've got the euro as the strongest currency on the day traders, is the second strongest on the trend traders. We have the pound as the second strongest on our day traders, the third strongest on the trend traders. We have the Canadian dollar as the weakest currency on the trend traders and the second weakest on the day traders. We have the dollar as W1 on the day traders and W2 on the trend traders. And we have the Australian dollar as W3 on both. Now we're going to be focusing some attention on the euro today. We're going to have a look at EURCAD and EURAUD. I like the idea of potentially seeing some EURCAD upside, especially since the higher time frame is also telling us that the Canadian dollar is the weakest currency at the moment. So we'll see how that one looks, and then we'll take a look at EURAUD as well. We haven't talked about that currency pair for a little while now, so we'll go take a look at that. And here we are on EURCAD. You can see we're on the weekly time frame, and you can see that price has most recently traded above a couple of areas of key importance to us. So the one was a higher time frame or long-term trend line. You can see we had this trend line pending from this high here and this high here back in 2020. We did get a slight rejection of the trend line coming into the area. Price did rebound from that area by a couple of hundred pips, and then price has since traded through that because of the euro strength in the market. Now we're actually trading back within a weekly trading range. So the trading range was the 1 spot 5050 highs and the 1 spot 4650, which actually was contained in this area through 2021. Price broke out of that, continued to the downside through here. We came into key supporting areas, and then prices rebounded after that. Now the last time we kind of talked about EURCAD was price coming up into this 1 spot 4650. It was a while ago now, and price has come down into that 1 spot 4250 handle and has rejected. So it's clear to me that the trend is definitely to the upside now. We're getting those higher highs, higher low patterns, and now we've broken out of this resistance level and this resistance trend line. The signs are really that we should be looking for higher prices now, along with the tables giving us that confluence. Now it looks to me like we could be heading up to the 1 spot 5050. Now we're back in that range, so that's what I'm going to be looking for EURCAD. However, if we go to the daily time frame, even the 4-hour time frame, actually, just to zoom out a little bit, you can see that I've marked up a couple of areas of support and resistance. So obviously we have the major support running through there, which is that 1 spot 4650 handle, but I've also marked out the 1 spot 4775, and the reason being is because price has recently found some resistance here and resistance here before seeing a real strong breakout. So this is an area where there was some action in the market. Price has decided that it was resistance twice, and then buyers have flushed through that level. So that means to me that this could be a level of importance if price was to come back and retest it. So what I'm aiming for really for EURCAD is price to fall to the downside, come back into this zone, really between the 1 spot 48 as well. So the 1 spot 48 flat and the 1 spot 4775, that sort of 25 pip sort of area there. That's where I'm looking to see price come and retest. If we start to see buyers coming in at that point, I'll be looking for ideas to trade up to the next level of resistance, which is that range high of the 1 spot 5050. Okay, so that's what I'm eyeing up there on EURCAD. Nice and simple, actually. If we look at it kind of from the sort of daily time frame as well, you can see it kind of is the sort of daily highs as well, previous daily highs, and the price action's really clean on EURCAD actually. So nice potential opportunity forming there for us. Now, the other chart of interest from the tables was Euro Oz. We might have a quick look at Euro Dollar as well. We did take a look at Euro Dollar in previous videos, so we can take a look at that as well. But Euro Aussie, I really like the look of an opportunity on as well, in terms of we've come up into a big level of resistance. So we're up at the 1.62 handle now. Real key area of resistance in the market. Now, the last time we actually spoke about Euro Aussie was it reaching targets back at these highs here at the 1.5950 handle, which is a little bit higher up. We were talking about seeing price come back down and potentially continue on, and it's done that pretty much to a T. And then in fact it's actually broken through, hit the 1.62, rejected the 1.5925 and gone again. So if you were keeping an eye on Euro Oz and keeping some levels in, that would have been a nice trading opportunity through here. But looking at the price at the moment, we're at the 1.62 handle. I like the idea of obviously price trading to the upside. However, we are at key resistance. Now, the next level of resistance is the 1.64 handle up through here, which were these highs all the way back in August of 2021. So that could be a key area for price to either sell off again from, or for price to break and continue to the upside. 162 is the sticking point at the moment though, so I am expecting some kind of selling to come away from here. If not, and price does break above, then we can look for the move up to the 164 handle. If I just go into a lower time frame here, you can see at the moment price is uptrending on the 4 hour, in terms of we came into the level, we formed a head and shoulders, price is making higher lows now. We've come back into the area with below resistance at the moment. So what I'd want to see is price trade through, come back, continue. Alternatively, if price falls away, I'll be eyeing up this sort of demand zone in here around about the 1.6075, yeah, in and around that area there. And then buyers could step back in, because at that point we can get a nice reward to risk. I can take a little bit of the profit off the table at the level of resistance. If price trades through, then great, we can hold it and see if price can move up to the next point of resistance. So we'll see what happens here. Nice break and retest though could lead up to a move up to this 1.64, real big key level actually. So I think if price got to here, we could see some significant selling pressure coming in as well. Now, I know I said I'll talk about Euro Dollar, but let me just quickly go into Dollar Yen, because Dollar Yen has played out pretty perfectly since the last time we talked about it. We talked about looking to see a couple of opportunities short. Now, the one was the 131.75. We ended up taking a short position here, targeted a few pips and then got stopped at break even. But the other level of interest for us was this level in here, which was the previous structure highs and the 132.75. I did actually have a limit order on here with an ATR stop. So stops were somewhere above this high, and I was looking to see if price could target these lows and maybe even trade even lower and break through, because I expected the FOMC to be a little bit more bearish. However, I did close out before the news. I just had some other trades open, so I wanted to kind of manage risk, and I ended up closing the sort of best performing one. So unfortunately for me, this was a sort of textbook sort of nice move into previous structure highs, but this is why I wanted to show it to you, because this is what I like to look for. Dollar Yen was on the tables for short opportunities. I basically marked out this zone in here, previous structure highs. I ended up looking at a limit order at 132.75. I had 110 pips stop loss, which just brought me above these highs, which was nice. And I looked to target 200 pips to the downside through here at the 130.75. So that was a nice move. Obviously, I didn't catch all of it. I ended up coming out just before the news, just to kind of manage a little bit of risk overall. And yeah, unfortunately for me, this one ran and hit targets. But if you were watching that 132.75, great level to get involved. You know, the reason why this is such a good level as well is because we've had previous selling in and around that level. So what I like to look for is if price comes back up into that point, do the sellers re-enter again? And in this case, they did. So that's something to watch out for. Again, kind of this example over here, selling took place here, price moved to the downside, it came back, rejected, sold off again. Okay, very similar to over here, the 135 handle, multiple rejections, price comes in, we reject, we sell off to the downside. Okay, so I like to always look to sell from sort of highs on there. So hopefully that made sense. Looks like price is going to pull back here now. I'm going to leave it there, eyeing up EURCAD potential upside in the market. Price could end up going to the range highs here at the 1.5050. So hopefully that all made sense. Thanks for watching the video update, and I look forward to speaking to you in the next one.